Chapter 12. The Little Prince visits the Tippler. The next planet was inhabited by a Tippler. This was a very short visit, but it plunged the Little Prince into deep dejection. "What are you doing there?" he said to the Tippler, whom he found settled down in silence before a collection of empty bottles and also a collection of full bottles. "I am drinking," replied the Tippler with a lugubrious air. "Why are you drinking?" demanded the little prince. "So that I may forget," replied the Tippler. "Forget what?" inquired the little prince, who already was sorry for him. "Forget that I am ashamed," the Tippler confessed, hanging his head. "Ashamed of what?" insisted the little prince, who wanted to help him. "Ashamed of drinking." The Tippler brought his speech to an end and shut himself up in an impregnable silence. And the little prince went away puzzled. "The grown-ups are certainly very, very old," he said to himself as he continued on his journey. Chapter 13. The Little Prince visits the businessman. The fourth planet belonged to a businessman. This man was so much occupied that he didn't even raise his head at the little prince's arrival. "Good morning," the little prince said to him. "Your cigarette has gone out." "Three and two make 5. 5 and 7 make 12. 12 and 3 make 15. Good morning." "15 and 7 make 22. 22 and 6 make 28. I haven't time to light it again. 26 and 5 make 31. Phew! Then that makes 501,622,731. 500 million what?" asked the little prince. Are you still there?" 501 million. I can't stop. I have so much to do. I am concerned with matters of consequence. I don't amuse myself with balderdash. 2 and 5 make 7. 501 million what?" repeated the little prince, who never in his life had let go of a question once he had asked it. The businessman raised his head. "During the 54 years that I have inhabited this planet, I have been disturbed only 3 times. The first time was 22 years ago, when some giddy goose flew from goodness knows where. He made the most frightful noise that resounded all over the place, and I made 4 mistakes in my addition. The second time, 11 years ago, I was disturbed by an attack of rheumatism. I don't get enough exercise. I have no time for laughing. The third time, well, this is it. I was saying, then 501 millions. Millions of what?" The businessman suddenly realized that there was no hope of being left in peace until he answered this question. Millions of those little objects, he said. Which one sometimes seems in sky? Flies? Oh no! Little glittering objects. Bees? Oh no! Little golden objects that set lazy man to idle dreaming. As for me, I am concerned with matters of consequence. There is no time for idle dreaming in my life. Ah, you mean the stars. Yes, that's it, the stars. And what do you do with 500 millions of stars? 501,622,731. I am concerned with matters of consequence. I am accurate. And what do you do with these stars? What do I do with them? Yes, nothing. I own them. You own the stars? Yes, but I have already seen a king who kings don't own. They region over. It's a very different matter. And what good does it do you to own the stars? It does me the good of making me rich. And what good does it do you to be rich? It make it possible for me to buy more stars, if any are ever discovered. This man, the little prince said to himself, reasons a little like my poor tippler. Nevertheless, he still had some more questions. How is it possible for one to own the stars? To whom do they belong? The businessman reported peevishly. I don't know. To nobody. Then they belong to me, because it was the first person to think of it. Is that all that is necessary? Certainly. When you find a diamond that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you discover an island that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you get an idea before anyone else, you take out a patent on it, it is yours. So with me, I own the stars because nobody else before me ever thought of owning them. Yes, that's true, said the little prince. And what do you do with them? I administer them, replied the businessman. I count them and recount them. It is difficult, but I am a man who is naturally interested in matters of consequence. The little prince was still not satisfied. If I owned a silk scarf, he said, I could put it around my neck and take it away with me. If I owned a flower, I could pluck that flower and take it away with me. But you cannot pluck the star from heaven. No, but I can put them in the bank. Whatever does that mean? That means that I write the number of my stars on a little paper, and then I put this paper in a drawer and lock it with a key. And that is all. That's enough, said businessman. It's entertaining, thought the little prince. It is rather poetic, but it's of no great consequence. On matters of consequence, the little prince has ideas which were very different from those of the grown-ups. I myself own a flower, he continued his conversation with the businessman, which I water every day. I own 3 volcanoes, which I clean out every week. For I also clean out the one that is extinct. One never knows. It's of some use to my volcanoes, and it's of some use to my flower, that I own them, but we are of no use to the stars. The businessman opened his mouth, but he found nothing to say in answer, and the little prince went away. The grown-ups are certainly altogether extraordinary, he said simply, talking to himself as he continued on his journey.